What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. There's an old saying that a lot of folks like to use. That saying is, a tiger never changes his stripes. And that seems to be the case with a lot of different individuals out there, especially another saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And what I've noticed is a lot of women are still trying to change a man, despite the fact that he's not going to change for you. You'd be better off trying to find somebody else. You'd be better off trying to find another opportunity. But a lot of the sisters, and this is not trying to be personal, but they find themselves trying to chase after a man who just isn't interested in something long term. And that tends to be the case with Ashanti. Now, Ashanti, very beautiful, not that great of a singer, very beautiful, had a great career, was making a career comeback, found herself dealing with Nelly. All right? Now, didn't work out with Nelly the first time. Nelly didn't want to get married. Nelly was with her for almost 10 years or more. Didn't want to get married. They split up. She didn't contact him for so many years. Nelly's still Nelly. Never been married. Nelly has things going out, a little adult videos going out with chicks. Nelly's still playing the field, 50 years old. Nelly still being Nelly. Ashanti's being Ashanti. Now remember, there was allegedly Ashanti was going to be dealing with this Hispanic Mexican guy that was a billionaire, white guy. That was supposed to go down for Ashanti, right? She was supposed to be dealing with, this guy that was supposed to work out. As it appears, it didn't work out. All right, it didn't. Ashanti never got married. Ashanti never did anything like that. Whatever. Somehow Ashanti ends up back with Nelly. Now, I don't know if that was because, listen to what I'm about to say. Could that have been because she was trying to revive her career and maybe he was trying to revive his career also? So that's what happened. It could be the case. I'm not sure. Nevertheless, what ended up happening, guys, I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you what happened. They broke up. Nelly broke her heart again. This lady is out here, okay, pissed off, mad. Allegedly, she's hurt, devastated that she got dumped again. All right? Devastated. This is the rumor. They're no longer together again. Didn't even last a year. My question is this. What did she think was going to happen? Right? Let me just tell you this. Nelly is not marrying nobody. He's going to be a lifelong bachelor. He's not going to be serious with nobody. The issue is that the man that she could get, she don't really want to deal with. And that's a lot of ladies. And I think obviously being like Ashanti, having a lot of money, the little Irv Gotti scandal thing and, this, that, and the third. A normal man just can't date her. And I get that. I understand that, right? But at one point, do you understand that guy is not going to give you what you want? It's just like us as brothers. The chicks that we tend to like the most are the ones, all right, we're going to be real, who not trying to give us, the play. It kind of happens like that. The one chick that you're really trying to deal with, you're really attracted to, she ain't the one trying to give you no play. Kind of how it works. What do you got to do? You got to be able to stay strong enough to be like, okay, she don't want to give me what I want. Let me go ahead on and save myself. All right? Let me have some self-respect for myself to go and deal with somebody who wants to deal with me. Why can't Ashanti go and do that? I have no idea. And here's the thing. These ladies have a lot of opportunities, brothers. They do. Ladies like Ashanti, ladies like Keke Palmer, There are guys that are doing very well. They can deal with. Want to know something? The hell want those guys? I'm telling you, they don't. The people they can deal with, they don't want them. I'm here to tell you they don't. They do not. And you see it all the time, every day. And you be like, damn, like, yo, like, what's going on? You know, what, like, yo, what's happening? What's popping with this? What's going down? No, they want to go out there and just dust it up. Then when they choose these guys like Nelly, guys that don't want to commit, then when they start addressing black men as a whole, I'm not saying that she's doing this, they start dogging you. Oh, black men don't want to go head on and do this. Black men don't want to do that. Black men don't want to do this or that. They will literally, listen to what I'm saying, they will literally start blaming black men for this and that, but then they will never have anything to say about the kind of guys they want to deal with. All right? They won't. Or the kind of men that they can't qualify for. And a lot of ladies are getting played by guys because they can't qualify for the right guy. Not putting yourself in a situation to qualify for the right guy. I know y'all don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to talk about it. I know you're mad. It's not my fault. Y'all don't want to qualify for the right brother. So you end up with these guys that at the best, it gives you situationships. You know, it could be you might not be wanting to be a wife, or at least a wife to where you want to be, however you want to do it. But that's what I'm trying to say. What's going on here? Can we know? What's the problem here? Can we know? We want to know. What is going on here? All right? Why do y'all end up, when you have bad situations, with the same kind of guy? How is that the case? Can you please tell me? Can we know? What's the issue here? And when you talk about it in those terms, folks don't want to talk about that. All of a sudden, we don't know. We don't have the answers to that. We don't understand why it is the way it is. I do. Ashanti's pretty. Ashanti has had access. Ashanti, here's the reason why she couldn't deal with Nelly. She went back to Nelly. Ashanti couldn't find anything valuable in that time. She wasn't waiting for him. She had to go back to him because nobody else was taking her that serious. I'm going to tell you probably why. Because for the kind of guy that she wants to be able to be serious with, she's not willing to make that sort of commitment. That's the reality. You're not willing to make yourself to where you need to be to get that kind of guy. When you can't do that, now you're mad. And then you end up with the same kind of guy all the time. You end up in the same dusty situation. You end up, and it's incredible how it always ends up like that with these particular ladies all the time. Heart end up being broken, disappointed. And is it always men's fault when that happens? Like, is that the truth? I don't know, but guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with an episode of The Celebrity Junk. I already put you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.